What's up, guys? Little Dipper. I just wanted to share something with you guys that's, I guess it's been on my mind for a while now. And I guess it took me up until today to finally realize that I'm not goody two shoes or, one that never gets in trouble. Trust me, I've been there. I've been to jail. I've been locked up. I've run red lights. I've gotten tickets. You know what I mean? I've gotten caught up in the wrong crowd. I've done all that shit. But I guess the one thing that hit me today that I finally realized was the fact that all the bad shit that I've been through in my life has made me, I guess you would say, a much more well-rounded person, right? More educated. And it's also made me a little bit more hesitant on making decisions, I finally learned how to follow my gut. There's been days, when I've done things and I'm like, damn, I should have done it different. You know what I mean? Or just take a step back and look at the whole picture before I pop off, or make some rash fucking decision that really makes no sense, and all because I'm pissed off, or can't gather my thoughts fast enough, so I just fucking act out real quick. It's not cool. You know what I mean? And that's childish, for one. And in the long run, it doesn't get you anywhere, right? It just causes more problems and pisses more people off, and here you are, just acting a fool for no fucking reason. But in your mind, you think you're doing right, you know what I mean? Or you're justifying your actions by the way you were presenting yourself. But it's not even like that. It's fucking the total opposite. You make an ass out of yourself, hurt people's feelings, piss people off. Make a judgment call that affects everybody, not just yourself. So, think twice, you know what I'm saying? Think twice before you pop off, or before you make some rash decision that you're going to regret later on. Because, growing up, you know what I mean? We always did whatever the fuck we wanted to do, thought we knew everything, And then the older we got, the more we realized, oh, now I know what my parents meant by saying that. Or, if I would have done this when I was younger, I wouldn't act like this now, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. In my head, it makes sense. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I've realized, finally, I think, is that, in my job, me being a shift lead and this and that, I try to lead by example 24/7. Which means that the decisions that I make affect everybody on my team. And if I don't put my best foot forward trying to help them or guide them in the right direction, what am I really doing? People say that I do too much, that I work too hard, or I do things for other people that shouldn't be done. You know what I mean? Like, I just do. If it needs to be done, I do it. That's all there is to it. If I know it needs to be done and somebody else isn't doing it, it's easier for me to just do it myself. And if somebody's busy, why not give them an extra hand? It's not hard to say, hey, I got you. It's harder to be a dick to somebody than it is to be nice. And it's harder to make the right decision sometimes than it is to just make a internal rash decision that would just make everything fall apart. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you're doing your best, you don't realize it, right? Because you're so used to just doing things for other people, or just trying to help out the best you can in all areas, no matter what that looks like. So to you, me, you don't feel like you're doing too much. You feel like you're overutilized sometimes, and you might feel like you're taken advantage of. But in the long run, the people that you help, they're more appreciative than you think they are. They may not say it all the time, but they see you. They see you. They know what you're capable of. They know what you do. And then when you have your down days and you're not 100%, they're like, whoa, this is weird. you know? So the other day, the reason why I'm saying all this is because the other day, sometime beginning of last week, I took all my meds, and they changed my heart pill with my anxiety pill, and my sleeping pill, and my nerve pill, and all of those together, which I take like 18 or 20 pills a day to stay alive. So just think about that for a second. But I took all my pills like I was supposed to, like I was asked to do, right? On my normal day. And I went to work, and I was there, and everything was fine until like maybe 3 hours into shift. I was falling asleep. I was ringing people up on the register, and I was like, I'd stand there, and then my eyes would close. And then I'd just pop off with, oh yeah, do you want your receipt? Fucking crazy ass shit. I'll tell you what, I will never live that day down. And I felt like teetotal shit. But I made it through my night somehow. I was so exhausted. I don't remember making it through shift. I don't remember going to my truck. I don't remember passing out in my truck. But I slept in my truck until damn near 2:30 in the morning. And then I was like, first thing crossed my mind, where's Roscoe? I was at work still in the parking lot. Hadn't even made it home yet. So I let my little dog down. But he forgave me, I'm pretty sure. But better safe than sorry. At least I took a nap in the truck. And I didn't try to drive home. I probably wouldn't gotten a ticket. See, that's that better judgment right there. Listening to my gut. I knew I wasn't well. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So after I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and came home, walked Roscoe, I went to the ER. And I told him something's wrong. Because I felt like I was going to fall asleep all night at work, and that's never happened to me before, and I've taken all my meds for as long as I can remember, except for when they just changed these two or whatever. And the lady started going through my pills, and she was like, you know, maybe you should only take, like, this one pill when you're not working, when you're not driving, when you're not expected to do anything. Because it's one of its side effects is, like, being overly tired or exhausted, but like a lethargic, like you're mentally there, but you're physically drained. So your body fights with your brain trying to tell you to stay awake and do this and that. So like when you're active and you're trying to do things, it just wears you out more. So like the more I worked, the tireder I got. It was horrible. But like I said, I've come to realize I will never live that day down. I will forever remember those moments because I feel like an ass for the way I treated my customers because I was like half asleep on my shift. I was working, but I can't remember all of it. And I kept trying to stay busy so I wouldn't try and fall asleep standing up. And I mean, in my eyes, I busted my ass to stay awake. It's one of those feelings that you'll know it when it happens, you know what I mean? But I was not 100%. And I was exhausted beyond measure. And I can't even tell you the last time I ever felt like that. If ever I felt like that. So, just remember, the good days are good days, God damn it. And the days that you're not 100%, just give it your all anyways. Because eventually, it's going to catch up to you. And you're going to need a nap in your truck at 2:30 in the morning like me. So, just keep pushing on. Keep your head up. Stay strong. Fight it every day. Do your best. That's all I got to say. Deuces, y'all.